SMMA, it took me about 4 months to get just my first client. Now, once I switched to OFM, which is Onlyfans management, within just the first 12 months, I was able to generate millions of dollars for me and my clients. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys the difference between the two business models, why I believe OFM is by far way better business model to make money online in 2023, and why you should consider starting it today. Right, so first of all, if you're brand new, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of context, literally give me like 30-60 seconds. I'm just giving you some context about who I am and why I'm able to speak on this subject, because I come from an SMMA background. I've done that shit for about 3.5, maybe even 4 years total. I started with content creation, then I went into page management, then I went into paid ads, and then I went into consulting, right? And then eventually, like, of course, as you can imagine, I've switched to Onlyfans management. I'm not going to bore you with the entire story because that's for another video. There's so many podcasts that I've done where I share that entire journey, right? But when I started SMMA, OFM, this whole business model that I've gone ahead and curated in the last couple of years, was not even a thing. It wasn't even an option for me. So I didn't know about it. So I started off with SMMA. Now, for me, like I said, I started with content creation. So that wasn't the most difficult thing to get clients, because I was just there with my little fucking camera trying to get clients to shoot a video for like $250, right? $300, $200 here and there, which is a pretty easy sale, right? Now, the problem with that is I had to physically be there for an entire fucking day, or at least like 4 or 5 hours, right? Drive there, record the video, come home, edit it, send it to the client. Client's unhappy, wants to change this and that within the video, send it back, I re-edit it. It's fucking long, right? It's a lot of effort. So then I switched to page management. Page management was piss easy, but it was fucking boring, and it was it wasn't paying very well. It was literally like $300-400 a month. So that wasn't really gonna make me millions. So then I went to paid ads, right? Paid advertisement. And this is where the money's at, okay? So the money really is in a service where you can quite literally quantify them, that you can show the client an ROI, right? So if the client is paying me $2,000 a month, and I'm able to spend another $2,000 on paid ads, but I'm able to generate that motherfucker $50,000, it makes sense for him, right? You can see it, you see it with his own eyes, numbers, boom, boom, boom. It makes an ROI. It makes sense to pay me, okay? Now, the problem is that shit is very saturated. It's very old. So yeah, and I got pretty bored, right? I was working with lawyers, solicitors, attorneys. Again, I'm not going to go into too much of that story. There's so many videos, right? Now, I've done that, like I said, for about 3.5, 4 years. I then figured out this OFM thing could really work. The way I figured it out, I was in Spain. I was traveling. I was living the whole digital nomad lifestyle. And I was dating this chick back then in Spain. She was doing OnlyFans already. I saw that she was making a couple grand here and there, but she wasn't consistent and she wasn't scaling her income. And I said, cool, well, look, I know how to do marketing. I'm a little fucking marketing nerd. I've been doing it for the last 4 years. Why don't I help you? Okay. And that's how we started. And then from there on, I took a 50% cut. So me and the girl were 50-50 on her account. She was doing content. I was bringing her eyeballs. Boom. It just made sense. And that's kind of how the whole OFM thing started, right? Now, in this particular video, now for context, again, I've been doing OFM now for about 2 years. Okay. So I wanted to, in this video, give you guys some context and the differences between the two business models, the pros, the cons, why I believe OFM is obviously the no-brainer, as you can probably imagine. So let's just jump into it. And just before that as well, just so I don't forget, because otherwise my team gets very mad at me, please leave a like on the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. This is the most underrated YouTube channel out there right now in 2023. Look how many subscribers we have. We should have 1 million. We will do very soon. But if you go ahead and subscribe, follow me on Instagram at Marcus Hustle, the same on all socials. I appreciate and love you. Thank you very much. So as always, because I'm a professional, I have notes written down on my phone here to keep this nice and organized, right? So first of all, how the business model actually works. So that's the first one that I wanted to cover, the difference between SMA and OFM. How does the business model actually work? Which then ties into all the other points, just so you understand it. Maybe you're watching this and you don't have a fucking clue what even SMA stands for, or OFM, etc. So this will be a good introduction, okay? So SMMA, first of all, it stands for Social Media Marketing Agency, and there could be a bunch of different things within SMA that you can do, right? So such as like page management, you can create content, you can edit, even SEO technically isn't social media, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? So overall, SMA is like this service that you provide for other businesses in hopes to increase their business, right? Get them more clients, generate leads for them, generate more sales for their e-commerce product or whatever the fuck they're selling, all right? And now overall, how the business model works is you would start it, you'd most likely create a website, you'd create a little fucking logo, and then what you would do is you do a fuck ton of cold outreach. You would do cold calling, you do emails, you do LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. Your job is to just fucking pick up the phone, dial, and reach out to all of these thousands of business owners studios across your country most likely, and try and get a client, right? You kind of have to pick a niche, which I'll talk about in the next point, because you need to figure out who you're going to work with. Like I said, for me, I used to work with lawyers and attorneys because they have a lot of fucking money, and they would also be open during COVID time, like lockdown. So I was like, perfect, let's just work with them. So you have to pick a niche, then you have to reach out to them. You have to do thousands and thousands and thousands of fucking outreaches to hopefully get one fucking appointment. You get the appointment, they're probably going to say no, fuck you, because you're young, you're inexperienced, and there's so many other competitors next door that are probably going to be cheaper and way better than you, right? More experience. So that's pretty much SMMA, all right, in a nutshell. And also, by the way, just one more thing to mention, which is very important. SMMA, typically how it works is the client pays you a monthly retainer. So the client will typically pay you like $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 on like a direct debit, like a monthly billing, right? Typically. There are some nuances, which I know some of you nerds will get upset if I don't mention it. There are some nuances, like if you do e-commerce, for example, if you do ads for e-com brands, you can do what's called like a ROAS deal. So maybe they only pay you like $1,000, but you get 10% of the ROAS, so return on ad spend. So for example, if you generate them $100,000, if you take 10%, that's 10 grand extra for you, right? 150 generate, you make 15K, right? Simple maths. However, majority of you watching, or just majority of people in general in SMA, they only do a salary, like a monthly base, yeah? So like $2,000-$3,000. Now with OFM, it's completely different. With OFM, it's only commission based, right? It's only a percentage of the total revenue generated on the account. The business model is somewhat similar. So obviously you still do outreach, you still try and get your first couple clients, you onboard them, and then the service delivery is completely different, right? All you really got to do is manage their OnlyFans account, which is like managing a social media account. It's like managing an Instagram account, right? Super fucking simple. And as I mentioned, the biggest difference here is the fact that they're all on a commission. Normally, typically what you do is with OFM, you would take like a 50 or a 60% cut from the total earnings, okay? So you're working closely with a model. You're the one primarily helping with the marketing, bringing traffic to OF, and you're also managing her actual OnlyFans account, so the messages, etc. And then the girl is actually in charge of creating the content, of course, right? So the content, the videos, photos that you're then going to sell on OF. Simple as that. That's the business models. That's the main difference, is the way you get paid, etc. Right? Now, the next point that I wanted to go over, which again, the rest of them kind of tie in. Well, no, they all tie into what I was just speaking about there, but just in a bit more detail. Yeah. So the first one is the setup / picking a niche. So with SMMA, you don't have to, but it is advised that you pick a niche, right? The reason why is because you don't want to be like the whole fucking jack of all trades. You want to be an expert, a specialist in one specific field, right? So for example, if you're watching this right now and you're running an SMMA, but you want to work with everybody, you want to work with dentists, chiropractors, you want to work with fucking mechanics and window cleaners, right? All of them at the same time. If you're reaching out to a car dealership owner, but you only have results of a dentist, the car dealership owner, even though there might be great results, he don't give a fuck. He don't care that you've generated results for a dentist. He's a car dealership owner. He owns a car dealership. They sell cars. They don't fix teeth. So even though you might have generated a lot of money for this dentist client, he does not give a fuck because he can't correlate his business and your results with that other client. It just doesn't make sense, all right? And also, if you're a specialist, people look at you in a brighter light, right? They'll look at you as the expert, the specialist. So that's why I really do recommend you just pick one niche, right? With OFM, there isn't really a thing as a niche, right? You're just working with as many creators as possible, right? They can be guys, girls, it's completely up to you. They can be trans, they can be fucking gay creators, completely up to you. So there's not like necessarily a niche as such. And also the setup is dead simple. With OFM, well, as long as you're watching this probably on your phone or your laptop and you have Wi-Fi, you're good to go, right? Pretty much the same with SMA. Like you can still just start with a laptop and Wi-Fi. The only thing is now, because there is so much competition with SMA, you really should need like a website, a pretty social media page. You must have all these things in order to stand out from the competition, because there's so much of it. With OFM, there isn't any competition, really and truly. Like, think about it. You're watching this. How many other people do you know that are running an OnlyFans management agency? There's not many. In our coaching group, there's about 500 people, and they're all making tens of thousands of dollars because it's such an untapped industry. No one's really paying attention to it right now, right? So that's the second thing. The third thing, client acquisition / referrals. Okay, so client acquisition is in most businesses by far the hardest thing to do, right? Because if it was super easy, you'd all be millionaires, right? So getting clients typically is very, very difficult. With SMA, it definitely fucking is. It took me like 4 months to get my first client. Imagine doing something for 4 months consistently, getting no, and getting told to fuck off every single day for 4 months in a row and not making any money, and still being consistent, right? With OFM, for us in our coaching group, on average, it takes about 2.5 weeks for our clients to get their first client. 2.5 weeks. In SMA, I would say it's about 3 months on average, 3.5, maybe 4 months on average. So getting your first client is super fucking easy. Again, because, just listen to this, right? 2 reasons. One is because there's not a lot of competition, so it's not like you have to go up against like loads of competition. And then the second thing is because the way the business model is set out, the model doesn't have to pay you anything up front, right? The reason why it's so difficult to get clients for SMMA is because the client has to give you a chunk of money up front before they see the results for themselves, right? Whereas with OFM, the girl just has to say, yeah, sure, I agree on X percentage, and then she's happy to work with you, right? And that's why it's so fucking easy. Supply and demand is heavily in your favor with OFM, whereas with SMA, it's the opposite. Another thing as well, with SMA, pretty much every single business owner has been burnt before with a shit SMMA agency, right? Somebody has fucked them over already, and now you're trying to reach out to them, you have no results, you have nothing to showcase, and they're gonna be like, fuck you. You're probably gonna fuck it up the same as the last guy. Again, with OFM, that's very unlikely. Like most girls are just either doing it by themselves, or they maybe have had one agency in the past, etc. So that's the second thing. Now, another thing as well is referrals. With SMMA, you kind of have to beg for referrals. You have to really try and get your clients to refer you, unless you obviously do an exceptional job, which isn't always, because there are certain things that are uncontrollable, and I'll talk about in the next point, which is service delivery, or the point after. With OFM, bro, the whole fucking business model is about referrals. Literally, pretty much every single model that we are working with currently right now have come from our previous models that we worked with, right? Because think about it logically, right? You just sign up a girl, right? This girl's maybe making $1,000, $2,000 a month. You help her go to $15,000, $20,000 within the first couple months. She's obviously gonna tell her fucking girlfriends, "Oh my god, yeah, I'm making this much money. Life's great. I've bought this fucking Gucci Louis bag." Her friends are gonna be like, "How have you done that?" She's gonna say, "Hey, yeah, this guy called Marcus, he reached out to me. I've started working with him. It's really great, etc., etc. I've made this money." Her girlfriends are gonna be like, "Let me jump on it as well." Boom. It's that fucking simple, because girls talk, right? These business owners, it's not in SMMA, it's not in their best interest to help their fucking competition, right? With OFM, it's not really a competition. There's enough fucking simps to go around, right? Yeah, so I'm fucking getting, I need a breather, bro. I'm passionate about this shit, man, because it's so easy to make money, and some of you lot are just fucking idiots, man. Some of you can't fucking understand. That's right, so that's referrals. The next one is service delivery, right? Service delivery, piece of piss with OFM. SMA, you gotta first of all, you gotta understand what the fuck are you gonna do? If you're just starting out and you're gonna do paid ads, do you even understand how to navigate around the paid ads fucking interface? Business.facebook.com. Do you understand how to navigate around it? Because that shit looks like a spaceship. There's 400 buttons on the left. There's another 200 options on the top. You click here. There's fucking this. There's the ad set level. There's the campaign level. Bro, it's a fucking myth. You have to understand how to even navigate around the whole thing, which first of all is going to take you forever. Really quick side story, which is quite funny. When I first started SMMA, right, I just went all in. I was like, fuck it, let me go in. I didn't obviously know what the fuck I was doing, but I was hungry. I needed to make money, right? So I signed my first client. This is the car dealership client. This is for paid ads, by the way, right? I signed him. I was in person. I drove to his dealership. I signed him up. And I was at the dealership, right? And he said, yeah, cool, £500 a month. Yeah, cool, I'll pay that. Cool, no problem. And I was dead excited. He goes, cool, what are the next steps? And I'm like, and I watched a YouTube video before this, and I was like, right, so the next steps are I need to connect my Facebook ads account to yours so I can manage your Facebook ads account from my house, so I don't have to come here. He's like, all right, cool, you want to do that now? I was like, yeah. I had no fucking clue how to do it. I opened up the laptop. I had no idea what the fuck I was even looking at. It's quite funny because it's such a weird interface, and it's forever changing. It's different every single other week. It's long. OFM, the service delivery, all you have to do is you have to make sure you understand how to help your model market herself better on social media. And I mean, I'll be honest, marketing a pair of titties is pretty fucking easy. A girl who's wearing a bikini on social media typically gets more eyeballs and likes and shares than like some guy like me, for example, on YouTube, right? So first of all, you got to understand that that's pretty fucking easy. And then the actual OnlyFans itself, all you got to do is fucking reply to messages. Do you think you're fucking adequate enough to type with your fucking thumbs and reply to a few messages, send a few photos, and all of a sudden you made 10 grand? Like, it's that fucking easy. I swear to God, it's like, just watch my other videos if you don't believe me. So the service delivery, super fucking easy, right? The next one is scaling and outsourcing. So again, and this ties into the previous point. So with SMMA, the reason why scaling and outsourcing is fairly difficult is because in order to actually deliver the service, you have to be at least above average, like fucking skill level on computers and paid ads, etc. Right? You can't just hire any schmuck down the road to just do it for you. Theoretically you can, but they're gonna fuck it up, right? And if you do that, then you got to teach them, you got to train them. It's long. Right? So you need to find somebody who's already experienced with paid ads, and they're going to charge you a lot, which cuts into your profit margins. You don't make a lot of money. It's a waste of time. With OFM, you just have to find somebody who has 8 hours a day spare. This can be your fucking friend from uni. This can be a random person online, right? They don't have to have any qualification. They just need to have a good English level. So they need to make sure that their grammar is great, their spelling is great, and that is it. And as long as they have the time and a good internet connection on a phone, they're good to fucking go. Right? It's super fucking easy. And you can also pay them a commission only. So you can give them 10%, 15%, 20% of however much they generate. So you don't even lose any money. There's no fucking way how you can lose money in this business model. That's the best part about it as well. So because it's super easy to do, it's easy to find people who can do this service for you. So it's easy to outsource it. It's easy to automate the business. So you can finally travel to fucking Maldives, Dubai, wherever the fuck you want to go and have a holiday whilst the business is running in the background. With everything else, you have to like actually slave away. Like most people think that they're going to quit their little 9 to 5 and start a business and think, yeah, fucking time freedom. No, motherfucker. In most cases, if you quit your 9 to 5 and you start your own business, you're going from working fucking 9 to 5 to 24/7. Right, that's what a lot of people don't understand that. Right, cool. And then the last one, right, boys? Competition. Again, I mentioned this before, but how many people do you genuinely can think of right now, name out loud, how many people do you know that are running an OnlyFans management agency? Point proven. You probably don't know that many because there isn't that many people actually running it, right? There really isn't. In comparison to other business models, there is not many people doing it, and this is the time to jump into it right now. So if you're still watching this video, you're clearly understanding and agreeing with what I'm saying. Perhaps you disagree with 1 or 2 points, but overall you must understand that this is such a simple business model. There is not a lot of competition right now. There is so much money to be made in this, and this is your time to take action and finally join and jump into it. And if you want to actually fast track your success, if you don't want to fuck around and waste months and months and months trying to figure it all out by yourself, and by the time you figured it out it's too late and you have so much competition and you fucked it, if you just want to start now and start making money, there'll be a link down below in this YouTube video. Go ahead and click on it and go ahead and check out the videos and free resources down below, and hopefully I can jump on a call with you. You can speak to me and my team, and hopefully you can join our coaching program where we teach you everything that I've just mentioned: how to start, how to get your first model, how to drive traffic to it, how to improve our marketing, how to make money on OnlyFans, and then once you have money, how do you hire people and outsource the job so the business is running on autopilot. Guys, hope you appreciate this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like on the video as well if you liked it. I really do appreciate every single person that likes the video. It helps me boost the channel, the video, makes me motivated to make more of these videos. Hopefully you guys are enjoying them, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.